After work today, I decided to have a go at installing the rubber seal between the 124 grill and the hood itself. The one I got, I believe, is genuine, though it did not come in a genuine MB packaging. It seems to fit extremely well, and having a second 124 for reference is already proving invaluable, because you want to see exactly how everything was mounted at the factory and try and improve upon it if possible. Now obviously this is 28 years old, or 29 years old, so it's, a bit worn, but it's still a good reference anyway. And that star is looking pretty sad, so I'm going to need to buy 2 of those, I think, and the badge as well. Now I don't actually have a shell for the red project yet. The one that I purchased, I thought was okay at the time, but then I didn't realize how good this car was going to look with a paint job, and I'm not really happy with it now, so I think I'm going to find another one. It may not be genuine, I might go with a fancy looking aftermarket one, but don't worry, I will not be getting anything overly ridiculous. It will look OEM. I decided to cut the wax paper at the corners so they could be done last, because it's much easier to start anywhere in the middle and then do the corners last. Now, I'm not an expert on this. This is just my second attempt, really, because I've only ever painted 2 of these cars before. So this is the second time I've done this. What I like to do is get the rubber absolutely perfectly aligned with the holes in the hood itself. And that way you know it's pretty much bang on. I couldn't have got that better if I tried. That's pretty awesome, to be perfectly honest. And then it's just a case of following on with the rest of the holes and making sure they're bang on aligned as well. There's little chance of getting it too high or too low as long as you do it this way. And that is got some kind of adhesive on the back. It's like double-sided tape. So you want to make sure you get it right the first time. I don't think you would get a second chance if you tried to peel this off. At the very least, you'd probably have to replace that double-sided tape. At the worst, you might tear the rubber. And we just carry on until all of the holes at the top have the rubber in perfect alignment. And then it's time to tackle those corners. Now what I decided was important on these corners was making sure that the bottom holes were also in perfect alignment. Now if you paid attention to the start of the video where I showed the grey car, there is actually a recess where you cannot see rubber on these sides. So you don't have to pay too much attention about getting these corners of an absolutely perfect radius. The main thing is to make sure that the rubber is flat and not overlapping in any place, because you can't see it anyway. I did fidget around with it a bit because I like to have things as good as possible, but really it doesn't matter. Just not allowed to have any overlapping. And I did the same thing on the other side. Probably paying a little bit too much attention to having the perfect shape, but again, it really doesn't matter. As long as that bottom hole lines up, and you get a reasonably good curve and no overlapping, it's going to fit pretty good. So this was the final product of my efforts today. I'm pretty happy with it. At least all of those holes are in perfect alignment. And when viewed from the top, it looks absolutely awesome. I couldn't help myself but test fit this spare grill shell I had lying around just to see what that rubber's going to look like, and I was pretty damn impressed. I can't wait to get a decent grill and install it properly. The front end of this car is going to look absolutely awesome. It's already starting to look better than my pride and joy, my blue-black car. That is starting to look pretty sad in comparison. But every 124 is beautiful in its own way.